Hi guys, how are you? Today I am finally doing a review. And before I actually get to the review, I want to say a couple things. First, the fragrance that I'm wearing today, it's not the one that I'm reviewing. It's actually Peace, Love, and Juicy Couture. I just thought that every time I do a video, I'll let you guys know what I'm wearing because I might not be wearing the fragrance that I'm reviewing that specific day. And I just want to kind of let you guys know what I'm using as I use it throughout every time I do a video. So this is the fragrance that I'm wearing right now, and if you want to know, before I review it, if you want to know what I think about it, you can check out one of my perfume collections. It's in one of those videos, and I describe the fragrance. But it is clean, it is floral, it's a very nice fragrance, and I actually quite enjoyed it today. So now we are going to, well, actually before I even go there, I want to say thank you so much for you guys that have subscribed. I really appreciate your support, and like I said, I can't wait to continue the conversation with you. I am taking down suggestions and your feedback, so I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to continue to bring the fragrances that I love to you guys. Okay, so the fragrance that I'm going to talk to you guys about, as you can tell by the title, is Chanel No. 5. I actually decided to talk to you guys about Chanel No. 5 because it is one of the most loved, most used, most famous fragrances in the world. And I actually reviewed this fragrance on my blog a while ago, and I thought that it was just a good way to start this part of my YouTube video reviews. So first of all, what I want to say about Chanel No. 5. I actually don't own a bottle. My mom does, and I was going to get the bottle from her, but I was not able to. But the first thing I want to say about Chanel No. 5 is that I personally don't think that it smells like an old lady like a lot of people think. I think it's a very beautiful fragrance, and one word that can describe it would be sophistication. It is one of the most sophisticated fragrances that you can wear, for sure. So first of all, Chanel was introduced to the world in 1921. And I actually have a couple notes, so if you see me looking down, I just wrote a few things just so that I can remember everything that I want to say. But the name of the perfumer, and I know I am going to butcher the name, is Ernest Beaux, spelled last name B-E-A-U-X. So he's the perfumer that Coco Chanel worked with to create Chanel No. 5. And the name came about because basically when he created all the different samples for Coco Chanel, each sample was labeled by a number, and this just happened to be the one that was labeled number 5, and that's what she named it. And I think she also has number 19, and so on and so on. So that's how the name got chosen. But it's one of the most famous perfumes and most best-selling perfumes that the Chanel house actually has. And can you imagine a perfume that was launched in 1921, and it is still one of the best-selling perfumes in the world? And picture how many fragrances are put out in the world by designer houses, by niche companies, that especially now that we have so many niche perfume companies now, yet Chanel No. 5, it is still one of the best-selling perfumes in the world. So I do want you guys to take that into consideration and really give it a chance. I think Chanel No. 5 is definitely one that people have forgotten about to an extent, and I really think that those that continue to use it know exactly what I'm talking about. So like I said in the beginning, when I think of Chanel No. 5, I think of sophistication. The picture that I'm very visual, so the picture that comes to my mind is a well-mannered woman with style, yet there's some type of allure behind her, around her, and that's kind of what Chanel No. 5 is. It's a well-mannered perfume, but yet there's something about it that just gives it that allure. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So, when I first started wearing Chanel No. 5, and when I was testing it out a while back, and I wrote the review, when I first sprayed it on my skin, the first thing that you smell are the floral aldehydes. And the floral aldehydes is actually something, or just aldehydes in general, it's actually an ingredient that was created back then, and Chanel No. 5, I believe, was one of the first fragrances to use this. It revolutionized perfume making, period. We have the perfumes we have today because of how innovative Chanel No. 5 was back in 1921. So that's what you smell, and it's very a little bit powdery, but yet very, very floral in the beginning. But there is a hint of citrus. In that hint of citrus, of freshness that you first get when you spray it, is due to the lemon and the bergamot that is also added to the top notes. So that makes the fragrance very clean at that level. When it goes into the kind of like after a few minutes in my skin, it died down a little bit, and then it started getting more into the, very quickly actually. I started feeling the softness. It got really soft on me. And I would say at that point, you start to notice on my skin again a little bit of the base of the middle notes. So we're talking about ylang ylang. That's probably one of the first notes that I started to pick up. Oh, not necessarily that's ylang ylang, but I know that that's one of the notes in the fragrance. And that note specifically tends to be a little bit soft. So that's what I was picking up. The transition from the top notes to the middle notes, that's the note that kind of just transitions the fragrance into those heart notes and makes it very smooth to get there. So it's a very, very nice way to go from that floral aldehyde note and the freshness into that softness right into the heart notes. And the heart notes, I'm just going to take a quick look at my notes. The middle note, heart notes, are composed by jasmine, amazing, rose, lily of the valley, and iris. This is where I picked up those floral notes. They're not very heavy, at least on me they were not very heavy, but definitely very, very floral, and the powder. And the powdery note is the iris. Iris tends to give that powdery note, and a lot of people don't like that, and I think that's where the old lady label comes in. And I really want you guys to give it a try, because it is really, really beautiful how those notes play with each other. Yes, definitely smells a little powdery, but think about it, it smells very sophisticated and clean, but feminine, very, very feminine. So I definitely think you guys should give it a try. So for a while, I would say for about an hour or so, this is where I was smelling. Unfortunately, on my skin, Chanel No. 5 does not last very long. After those beautiful, beautiful heart notes, it goes straight into the base notes, and those are very, very soft. I barely smell them, to be honest with you. And the scent became very clean on me, almost like a shower, right out of the shower, clean, and they're very, very soft. And that's basically where the fragrance disappoints me, because I really enjoy those top notes and heart notes, and then it goes into the base notes, and the fragrance kind of just basically disappears on my skin, and you really have to get close to my skin to smell it. And then there I just smell like I just got out of the shower, which is still a good thing, because it is still a good smell. But when I'm wearing Chanel No. 5, I want to keep that allure longer than what the fragrance actually gives me. So that's the only negative thing that I can say about the fragrance, that the journey goes away very quickly for me. For some people it might last longer, but unfortunately that specific fragrance doesn't stay around for me very, very long. So I guess that's basically what I wanted to say. The best part of the fragrance are the middle notes. So like I said, And I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. But like I said, just give it a try. Overall, I would say Chanel No. 5 is a fragrance that has a lot of life in it. Yet there's softness and there's femininity. So I think you guys should definitely give it a try, because you will feel very glamorous while you're wearing it. And it, like I said, it still surprises me that Chanel No. 5 has remained so alive and so popular in the hearts of so many women. And after so many years, it is still a fragrance that you can consider modern in this day and age when we have so many fragrances. So that's basically all I have to say about Chanel No. 5. I hope you guys like the review. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. I know that my reviews are still not going to be very structured. I'm just kind of feeling it out and see how these reviews evolve. Like I said, I want your feedback, because I want to give you guys what you want to hear. So that's all I have to say, and I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and continue to live a very beautiful, beautiful and fragrant life.